Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, and we are so glad to have you join us today for our webinar today. Let's get in front of the money. And so we are so excited to have with us Stephanie R. Bridges, and she is here. She is looking gorgeous and ready to present her information and share with you. I know that many of you are excited. You have been looking for opportunities to grow your business, and obviously you need finance to do so. So Stephanie is going to share with you her experience and her expertise. And so before I have her start, let me tell you a little bit about her. She is what we would call a serial entrepreneur. She's a best-selling author, spoken word artist, publisher, and entrepreneur. And her publishing company, In Spirit, Power, and Truth Publishing, was birthed in 2014. She's had 10 manuscripts that have been published since that time. And then most recently, or in 2020, she launched a fashion blog, StephanieReneeStyles.com. And she's very passionate about collective economics in the Black community, and she loves sharing her knowledge and platform with others. So she's going to tell you more about what she's got going on. And we'll also have her contact information as we move forward in the presentation. So without further ado, let me introduce to you my sister, Stephanie Bridges. Take it away.
Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This is going to be so much fun. Thank you so much, Sharon. I really appreciate you, everyone there at the Ohio Impact Center, the whole team. I am excited to be here. So I have a lot of information to share with you, so I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. All right, so let's get in front of the money, people. So I am Stephanie R. Bridges, and one of the things that I learned early on with a background in education, and I've been a facilitator and teacher and, different things like that, I realized that I can always learn more from the people that I am teaching or consulting or facilitating for than you guys can ever learn from me. So it is so important that we start linking up and building these relationships so that we can assist one another to get in front of the money. So please take a screenshot. I know you guys all have busy schedules, but these are my websites, securethegrant.com, if you want to learn more about grant writing. And then I also share information if people are interested in writing grants for others. bridgesbookclub.com. I am an author and publisher. You can go there and see a plethora of authors with so many books from different genres. You can also join the Bridges Book Club as an author member. There's a one-time fee there if you're interested in writing your own manuscript or would like to just network with other authors. StephanieRBridges.com if you are looking for, and it's actually, yeah, there's no dot in the middle. It's just StephanieRBridges.com. That is my author website. So any of the books that I've written, you can check it out there. And then Stephanie Renee Styles. So that is my newest, latest venture in fashion. I have a couple Facebook groups, free groups, Secure the Grant and the Bridges Book Club. And all this is important, me sharing this information, because it's going to help you realize and recognize how I got in front of the money and how you can as well. And these different things that I'm sharing are a part of that. Definitely, if nothing else, if you don't decide to do any of the workshops that I'm going to talk to you about, follow me on IG, y'all. I'm doing it for the gram. So, and then we can definitely connect via my email, sbridges02@live.com. So let's definitely link. So in 2021, I decided, or it may have been before that, I've been discussing this for a while, doing some workshops. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. There's different areas where I have expertise. This is an opportunity for me to share information and also to generate income for my business. Now, these workshops, they're actually going to be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but we will be able to have a dialogue during the workshop. So you can ask questions, I can share more information, and we can really go into everything like in a deeper dive. This is the QR code. So if you have your phone or have something available, you can set it up there like you're taking a picture, just tap the screen and it'll take you to the Eventbrite links. Each workshop is $75 and it's based on the date. So you would just choose the date that you're most interested in. But we are here to talk about the shmoney. So the first thing that I wanted to do is provide you with some universal truths. These are universal truths as I see them. So I'm going to say them as such. And the first one is to strengthen your money relationship. So strengthen money relationship. What is your relationship with money? So when I think about money, money loves me. I grin, I blush. Money is probably trying to text me right now. Money sits outside in front of my house. I'm like, dang, is there money out there? My relationship with money is good. And when someone talks about money, when someone brings up money, when I think about money, I have a positive thought. We have a positive relationship. So how do you feel when you think about money? Do you feel stressed? Do you feel worried? Do you feel concerned? Do you hear a theme song? Do you dance a jig? Do you feel a beat? Like, what is your mood? What is your relationship with money? You can throw that in the chat if you want to. But if it's something other than positive, excuse me, pardon me. If it's something other than positive, then you want to change your relationship with money. So how do you do that? So it's just all about your mindset. So sometimes we think that our minds are in control and they run amok and they think about all these different things. They're concerned, they're worried, what have you. But actually, you can take control of your mind. So what my little thing is, money loves me. Yours might be money is always on the phone. Whatever you need to say or whatever you need to tell, something quick that you can remind yourself that money is flowing abundantly. Whatever it is that you need to bring to mind to take control of your mind and get rid of those negative thoughts, you need to bring in positive thoughts about money. This is the first thing. This is the most important thing in regards to these universal truths, and everything else is going to come after. So you want to strengthen your money relationship. You want to set money goals. So my money goal is for 2022 to be a 6-figure year. Now, why is it important to set money goals? I could have a 6-figure year without setting money goals. So it's not so much about the income, it's more so about the outcome. So if I make 6 figures and I haven't set any goals, I haven't established any parameters, I haven't made any plans, then my outcome is not going to be what I want it to be, because I'm just going to have money coming in. I'm be throwing here and there and trying to figure this out and that. And then come next year, I'm going to be like, oh, but money loves me. Money loves me. Okay, we already know money loves you. We already know money is coming in, but what is the result? What is the outcome? So think in terms of how much do you need to live comfortably? You guys, as Black people, I'm speaking to Black people, other people might be here, and it's true for everyone, but specifically for us, we have a lack mentality, and it's purposeful, and it's important that you acknowledge that. We have a lack mentality because we are used to getting less than. We are used to being at the bottom. We are used to receiving the crumbs and then saying, oh, no, I just need a little bit of crumb. I don't need the whole crumb. So we are not talking about how much money do you need to get by? How much do you need to, pay Paul to rob Peter? And no, we're not talking about that need. We're talking about how much money do you need to live comfortably. So you're talking about how much money do you need to save? How much money do you need to invest? How much money do you need to pay your bills? For me, I know my children are going to ask me for money. I'm going to give them money if I got it. So how much do I need to make sure that I have, and the reason why I say that, because probably everybody's like, yeah, you take care of your family. My children, they're adults. I'm an adult. I have family members. I have a sister, I have a mother. If I need something, they're going to take care of me. If they need something, we're going to take care of each other. So if that's part of your need, then you need to add that in there as well. So look at how much money do you need, and then look at how much do you want to live abundantly. Again, we're not thinking in terms of how much money do I want. So I just want to go on one vacation. I just, want to be able to, go out to eat somewhere nice, one time this year or twice or Valentine's Day or what have you. We're not thinking in terms of that. How much money do you want to live abundantly? You're going to add those two things together, and that's going to be your money goal. Okay. So whether you make the goal, whether you don't make the goal, you have set the goal, you have done the work, you have a positive relationship with money, and you have made a plan. So now you want to make sure that you seed money judiciously. This is your opportunity. Where do you want to grow? So, there's seed time, there's harvest. You plant what it is that you want to grow. If you're on here, then you probably want your business to grow. So you want to seed into your business. You want to invest in your business. So that means spending money for consultants. That means spending money for conferences. That means spending money for an accountant. That means spending money for an employee. So where you want your money to grow, that's where you want to seed your money. Let me go back up here. Okay, so this is important that you do this judiciously, because you have this positive relationship with money. You set goals, money is coming in, but if you decide to spend your money on something else, that's what's going to grow. So if you spend your money on clothes, money is going to be like, oh, she look good. Oh, she look good. Look at that closet. Look at that stuff hanging up. That's what's going to grow, because money understands that's where you're investing your money. So make sure that you're putting money into where it is that you want to see growth. And then finally, and I probably didn't have to put this on there, but again, I want you to have a positive relationship with money. And I think sometimes what happens is, we have people in our ear, and we have people telling us, what we should do, and we should do that. And they might feel like they're really helping us. Like there's always movements. So at one point it was like, do you have your passport? Do you travel? Everybody don't want to travel. Like, we're not all the same person, but people will have you to believe that if you're not spending your money on traveling, then you're not living life. Or people might say, well, you need to, spend your money on real estate. Well, maybe you don't, that's not what you're into. Whatever it is that you're into. I have an amazing friend. She's an amazing person. She takes care of so many people in the community. She loves dolls, and she has a platform, and she, has different dolls and different things. That's what she loves. Now, from the outside looking in, I'm sure people have a lot to say. But I want you to have a positive relationship. And if you believe that we are in the image of the creator, then we are creators, we are creatives. So my passion is about fashion. So after I've set my needs, taken care of my needs, and looked at, my wants, and I've invested in my business and done those different things, I'm going to spend money on fashion. You're going to see me twirl on IG. Have you guys followed me yet? Stephanie R. Bridges. So that is where my splurge is going to be. And the other part about that, like I said, the person with the dolls, or whether you're into cars and you do car shows, your passion can also be another source of income. So I'm definitely planning on making money in the fashion industry. So, all right, let's get off the universal truth. Let me look and see.
Stephanie, you might want to check that chat box.
Oh, okay.
We had Donna Marbury, who said she likes lots of good songs about money. She loves a money playlist.
Ooh, and Marquita, money is courting me. We are definitely in a relationship. Money is my boo. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So you see how everybody has something short and sweet that they can remind themselves of? Like, that is really all it's going to take to start to change your thought process when you think about money. If you want money to like you, you're going to have to like money. So, all right. So coming up, seeking and securing grants. That's the workshop coming up this Saturday, February 26th. Again, it's going to be a 3-hour session, so I won't be talking as fast. Hopefully I won't be talking as loud. I know I talk loud too. But we are going to go through what it takes to get in front of the money in terms of grants and grant writing, how you research grants, how you apply for grants, what the verbiage means, depending on the source. Is it a business grant? Is it an art grant? And how those things look different. So we're going to spend time discussing all of those things. But I'm going to tell you, again, a little bit more about myself. I'm an artist, first and foremost. That's why it says seeking and securing individual artist grants and other funding on the book. If you want to get the book, you can go to securethegrant.com or stephaniebridges.com. I'm an artist, first and foremost. And what I did, I was like, how can I get money to create my art? And so I started getting grants. And one of the grants I utilized to go to a conference, and I told the conference person, Joy Lynn and Ross, was like, oh, you need to come up and talk about grants. So I talked about grants, and I wasn't shy to getting on the stage and everything like that, but it was my first time talking about money. And in case I forget later, the easiest way to make money is to be in the money industry. We'll talk about that more. But, people wanted to talk to me afterward, and this was a writing conference. So they were like, well, do you got a book? And I was like, sure, I got a book. So, I went back home, I created a book, and I started telling people that, I write grants, that I can assist them in grant writing. So in 2020, I was positioned. So we had the pandemic, we had the social unrest, and money cometh to the people. So I got $20,000 in grants. One, I got $10,000 solely because I had my MBE, my Minority Business Enterprise Certification. Like, that was the only thing, the only credential they really asked for. And I got $10K for that. And then I got another 10K, and then I helped some other people do some consulting. So you will see that I don't make that money grant writing because, again, I'm an artist. I don't want to write your grants. So I leave a lot of money sitting on the table. But if you feel like that's something that you would like to do, there is so much money in that. And I can share that information with you as well on Saturday. And then you can also get a free consultation. Following that, you receive the workbook. You receive the ebook. No, you don't. You don't get the workbook. You receive the ebook, and you can learn more about writing grants for yourself or other people if you so choose to. So that's what I did in 2020. In 2021, because I put up pictures of me holding books, because I put up something thanking the state and the city and the children and the kids for the shmoney, because I did some grant consulting and I reached out to people on my clients' behalf and made those calls and had those conversations, I came up in someone's mind at the Columbus Urban League, and I was able to assist people with the process of the grant window or the grant cycle. So I made money there. Again, I did some writing, some consultations, and I probably only made $1,000 in grants. But again, I made more money in 2021 through grants and contracts. There's outside money and other things, but this is what we're focused on, than I did in 2020. And in 2022, so in 2020, I was positioned. If you aren't positioned, you should take this course. So if you're not receiving any grant funds yet, you don't know how to go about it, you should spend the $75 and take this course. If you're already poised, and I have a lot of people who I've assisted, I've consulted, they've heard me speak, they've read my book, they're poised, they make more money than I do with grants because I'm a writer. And that's why I'm a writer, I'm an educator. That's why I do well writing grants. But the other part of that is your business structure. So a lot of you in here right now have a structure set up to receive more funds than what I will receive. So if you're poised and you've done those things, you've read the book, or you've heard me speak, or I've consulted with you or someone else, then you don't need to take the course. You're poised to continue. You just need to do the work, because grants are free money, but they are not easy money. Unless it's low hanging fruit, from the state or the city or something like that, which is my favorite. All right. In 2022, I'm planned. So remember, before I was talking about those 6 figures that I want to make, and that, I needed to make a plan. So I'm planned. So already we're in February, and I have, a 30K contract, and I have a $25,000 loan. So, and again, this is February. My 6 figures they're going to come because I'm planned. So even though I don't have anything on here about grants, about grant consultations, I don't even have the money on here that I'm going to make from doing the workshops, I know that more money is going to come. I know grants are going to drop and other things like that. I'm going to talk more about the contract, but let me just say something right now about the loan. So I was able to secure the 0% loan from the state of Ohio. So it is so important to get your certifications if that's something that you want to do, because the 0% contingent is because I have my MBE. Now, for women, there is an opportunity to get loans of a higher dollar amount. I think it's 1.5% if you have your WBE or EDGE certifications, and then it is 3% if you don't. So 3% is still a good rate. One of the things that also helped me get the loan was the was the 30K contract. I was able to show a purchase order of, future money that was coming of, like it's about documentation. But that's another thing that is so important, because I don't want to slow down here, is reach out to me if you want to. I do consultations too, so you can go to securthegrant.com. It's right down here, securthegrant.com. Consultations are $125, and it looks different than the workshop because I'm not really showing you how to get grants, but I'm actually researching opportunities specifically for you and your business. So if you are interested in that and interested in learning more about how I got my loan, exactly what documents I used, how I answered the questions, the last person that I consulted with, I shared that information with them because they are here in Ohio as well. So there's an opportunity there. All right, so I'm a content creator. I'm an author, publisher, grant writer, fashion influencer, content creator. You can put in the chat like how you first knew me or found out about me, and what that looked like. But the reason why I am all those things, it's not necessarily because I do all of those things. It's because I show up as all of those things. So let me say that again. The reason why people know me as an author, publisher, grant writer, fashion influencer, content creator is not because I do all of those things, but because I show up as all of those things. So I create content to show people who I am. This presentation is content that I have created to show you, to show other business owners, to show other organizations who I am and how it is that I show up. If, I have a flyer here, actually, that I partnered, collaborated with Zori, and he's a excellent fashion influencer here in the city, designer, custom clother. And this is what I created to get people to show up. This is one of my short stories. I collaborated with an artist to have content on YouTube. I hope y'all follow me. Put in the chat if you follow me on IG. I create content reels for Instagram and for TikTok. And again, presentations. So my presentation with MBAC year before last was the highest, is the highest viewed. And, I don't know if it's funny or not, but, different people will say, oh, well, Stephanie, I'm sure you don't know, or I don't know if you know. Of course I know. I knew day one. I'm checking the numbers. This is what I do. This is how I show up. You think I don't know? I know. So content creation is so important for your business, because what happens if you're not creating content intentionally, then, you just coming out all willy-nilly. You need to set the expectations and show up as that. And I come out in different ways. Sometimes I even come out and I talk about mental health and different things like that. But that's part of my platform. That's part of what I do. So in that, social media is my business platform. So how people can find me, how people can recognize me, how people can support me. Also, I have it's so important, y'all. Have a tribe. So I started my workshops last month. I think I had 5 paid people, and I was so excited. And then currently I have like 2 more people. People do wait for the last minute, be the day of, but I do the same thing. So, we family. But so at least 4, if not 5 of those people are part of my paid Bridges Book Club group. I have a free Bridges Book Club group, and then I have a paid contingent Facebook group, and then I have the Secure the Grant group. So in my Bridges Book Club group, I have upwards of 1,000 people in there. And those are people that I can share information with, that I can, where I can share my flyer. Those are people that have supported me in the past, my paid group, because it's a paid membership, and they are the people who support me in the future as well. So make sure when you're utilizing your social media that you're utilizing it to your business's benefit. Another thing that happened to me, Facebook actually reached out to me about my group. Now, I can be kind of, little pro, blackity black, black, which, I'm all good. That doesn't work for everybody. But you get opportunities from the platforms themselves. If they, you're utilizing something that they want to see utilizing, or you have a lot of numbers. So definitely you want to take the workshop if you want to find out about how to create proposals for opportunities to present, to get contracts. If you want to, figure out how to do reels, how to do videos, how to bring your short stories to life, and then also create flyers and different things like that. So I create a lot of content, and I definitely want to share that information with you. And then also, how I build on social media. Okay, so off of social media, there is, and I'm going to move this a little bit. There is websites. So I utilize Wix, and I've created 4 websites. You can check them out: StephanieRBridges.com, SecureTheGrant.com, BridgesBookClub.com, and Stephanie Renee Styles is my fashion blog. So it's important to have a website if you're in business, even if it's just like a one page, something where they can stop at. The term I can't think of right now. But even if it's just a one page, it's important that you have a website, because other businesses, they might see you on social media, they might find you on social media, but they want to really know, like, are you in business? Like, are you for real, or is this for play? So one way to show that you are serious, that you have made some plans, that you have thought some things through, is to actually have a website. The contract that I received, the person who told me about the opportunity, they Googled me. Found out about the Bridges Book Club, joined the Bridges Book Club without knowing who I was, or without, seeing me on Facebook or anything like that, without me doing any flips, backflips, trips and turns. And that, from building that relationship, that is how I was able to secure that contract, because they told me about the information. So it's really important. Also, how can people pay you? I mean, I know Cash App is a thing, and I love Cash App. But do you have something set up somewhere where someone, can make a transaction, can utilize PayPal or utilize Eventbrite or something else, so that, if they want to get their money back, they can, or if they want to feel more secure, they can, that type of thing. So I'm going to share with you how you can build a Wix website. Important knowledge to have. Also, if you want to hire a web builder, which is perfectly fine, if you need to go in and make some changes or do something or something, you want to be able to do that. You don't want to have to come out of pocket every time, and you don't want to have to wait for someone to assist you in that manner. So I know there is some stuff in the chat. Content is fire. A landing page. Thank you so much. That's what I was trying to say. All right.
And someone was also asking, I believe, if your webinar would be available on demand.
Yes, so I am. So some people aren't, and they've already said they won't be available on Saturday. So I am in the process of, I've had one webinar in January that was on publishing. And so I am in the process of editing that, and I will have them all available so that you'll get everything that you may have missed live, and you'll still get the opportunity to, have that 1 hour free consultation. You'll get the slides and everything like that. So that is going to definitely be set up. So you can email me in regards to that. You can also inbox me on Facebook or Instagram, what have you. I think my phone number was on one of those slides. So you can definitely contact me more about that. All right, so the fashion industry, you guys, it's like I talk about money and I start blushing because money loves me. I also blush when I think in terms of the fashion industry. I will tell y'all from beginning to end that I am an artist, and fashion is my visual art. It's my way to create, and there's so many opportunities. And Columbus, Ohio is like top 2, top 3 in the nation in the fashion industry. So there's so much opportunity. So again, when I'm talking about spend your money with your passion, some people might think of that as frivolous, like, oh my goodness, you buy so many clothes, blah, blah, blah. But there's so many opportunities in the fashion industry. So designers, retailers, luxury, and I add luxury on there below retailers because I follow a lot of fashion influencers and a lot of people in the luxury game right now, because it's big. Black women and Black girls in luxury, they came from luxury retail. So again, it's that relationship. So does luxury retail pay extremely well? I'm not sure. I'm sure they get some type of commissions versus just, making an hourly rate. But again, you are in that universe. You're building that relationship. So now when you're outside of luxury retail, luxury, you got a relationship. Luxury is still trying to find you. So now you are making 7 figures because you are part of the luxury game. So there's opportunity there. There's influencers. So that's me. That's what I'm working hard towards. Marquita told me she's following me on IG. Who else is following me on IG? I know Danielle is. I know Zori is. So that is my game plan. And I've been doing this since the pandemic. So 2020, 2021, 2022. So y'all, in 5 years, it's over. It might be quicker than 5 years, but in 5 years, I'm going to have surpassed, I'm talking about the 6 figures that I'm going to make. I'm not going to be doing a lot of that stuff because I want to be doing what it is that I want to do. Okay. Right now, I leave a lot of money on the table because I don't want to do a lot of stuff, but I'm really going to be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. There's also photography, videography. It's so hard to find a good photographer, y'all. Zori is an excellent photographer, but videography, blogging, reselling. So I do resell on Poshmark as well. I had that pop up, so that's a lot of fun. Styling, I didn't even put that on there. I love styling people. I get the opportunity to work with people like Danielle D. Smith, other people in the community and nationwide, styling them for conferences and events and different things like that. And that is so amazing to me and so much fun. And I want to talk to you guys about it. I know some people doing extremely well in the industry. Again, I'm on that that 5-year plan. But I'm thinking I'll probably bring some other people in who are like changing the game in retail, because I know some people that know some people. But that is going to be May 28th. So let's go back. So, okay. So Capsule Collections, this is going to be the workshop on June 25th. Now, this is going to help you save money. This is important, like a lot of people who are in business, they're not that into fashion. So a lot of people do have capsule collections. So if you think of like, is it Steve Jobs or whatever? He wore the white shirt and the black pants all the time. So you don't have to limit yourself to one outfit, but you know, that or something else that you feel comfortable in, because maybe your focus is somewhere else. So I'm not the type of person, even though I'm a stylist and I'm into fashion, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, you should be into fashion too, and you should do this and you should do that. No, you need to wear what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you feel good, what helps you move and shake in the world. So one way to do that is to have a capsule collection. It saves money. It saves so much time. It saves the planet, natural resource, and it saves mindfulness. So the reason why I put that is because I have a uniform when I talk about money. I'm like, I gotta get in the mindset to talk about grants. I gotta get in the mindset to talk about money. People literally call me the money guru, and I love that because money loves me. But I had to figure out a way to accept that moniker, to walk in that space. So whenever I'm talking about money, whenever I'm talking about grants, I have a uniform. Whenever you see those pictures, and I had a little fro, I might need some updated pictures, but they're cute though. I have on green, I have on gold. So this is my gold, it's kind of tan, and this is my green. So this morning, I knew I had to prepare for this. I didn't have time to be spending time thinking about what I was gonna wear. I was like, oh, there goes a green sweater, and there goes something tan. It saves so much time for me. When I'm planning out what I'm gonna wear for IG, I spend hours when I'm thinking about what I'm gonna wear. When I go out to work on my contract, I'm doing that the night before. But when I need my mind to be 100% on something that I know is so important to the community, but is not naturally my first go-to mindset, I need a uniform. So it can be a game changer for you when someone wants you to show up for something. One way to do that is quickly put on the uniform, the hat, and the tag. Let's go. All right. So this is gonna be fun, y'all. Those workshops. All right. So publishing, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. I'm looking at my phone. All I can say is this. It is so important that you tell your story. For so long, historically, we know that we were not allowed, we were not able, we were not given space to share our truth. So much of our history is lost. It's gone. That's something that we cannot recuperate. They don't want to give us reparations still. I believe reparations are coming, but even with adding some monetary value to the work, to the bloodshed, to the tears, to the tyranny that we went through, that will never bring back our journey, that will never bring back our story. Not only did we lose the opportunity to read and write and share our stories, but we lost the opportunity to share our stories in our native tongue and what it is that we understand and how it is that we communicate. So now, even though we can share our stories, we are forced to share our stories from our captor's perspective. We can never get out of that. We can never get away from that. No matter how militant you think I might be, or no matter where I'm at, and you're like, oh, here she goes again. I still speak the tongue. I still have the mindfulness. I've still been educated by my captors. And that's all that I can share. But for you not to take the opportunity and share that right now, right here, to utilize your voice it is not only a disservice to you, it is a disservice to the community. So it might be your personal story, it might be a fictional tale, but again, we are created in the image of the creator, and we are creators. And you don't have to write your story yourself. You might have someone else write your story. There are so many different ways to publish, and I want to share that information with you. I did watch a Board of Education meeting yesterday, and they were talking about they spent $6 million with Scholastic to bring in books, to give in books. And I can talk a lot about education. I won't right now, but there are so many of us who have written stories, who tell our stories, who share our stories. So when you're utilizing the tax dollars of Black children, when you're utilizing funding that comes from ticketing and over policing Black communities, when you're utilizing our heads to count, to get these monies, and the school system is not poor, not the one we are in, then some of those funds should go back to the community. So that's something that needs to be talked about, but we need everybody to step up and say, look, and everybody's not gonna have a business, everybody's not gonna have a book, but everybody who does needs the opportunity to have a seat at the table. So definitely, if you're ready to publish, self-publish, you want to get in that game, it's excellent for your business as well. Saying that I'm an author can, open some doors for you, then you definitely want to check that out. Most importantly, we talked about how having that positive relationship with money is so important. Build business relationships, okay? So I can think back in the past where, I would talk to somebody and they'd be like, yeah, let me get my banker on the phone. And I'd be like, you got a banker you get on the phone? So now I have somebody, a banker at Key Bank, that I can get on the phone that assisted me. When I was attempting to get that loan, I was like, you know what, I want to get this loan, but I'm not a loan person. I'm a grant person. I don't really want to pay nobody back. I hope they just forgive it because the state should forgive it anyway. So, but I was like, let me see who I can reach out and who I can talk to. And the people at the state, they didn't really want to sit down. They didn't really want to talk to me. I asked them over and over and over again till they finally got somebody, who was like, okay, I'll take a meeting with you. And that was very helpful. I appreciate that. And this is information that I will share with you, exactly who I spoke with and everything like that. But before I was able to do that, I was able to speak to my banker, and it wasn't their product. They weren't gaining anything from it, but they sat down and spoke to me about that. So you want to build those relationships. I feel like I have relationships everywhere here, except for the Columbus Fashion Alliance, but that's where I'm trying to go. That's where I'm trying to get to. So I definitely want to build a relationship there. You want to build relationships with your peers. So if you're interested in publishing or having a book, Bridges Book Club, Path to Publishing. Columbus Black is amazing in the community to share Black voices. Central Ohio African American Chamber of Commerce. Again, these are businesses and organizations advocating specifically for Black people. Columbus Fashion Alliance, I believe, is started by a Black person. I'm almost 100% sure. So those are relationships that you want to get into. You want to build relationships at the city. You want to build relationships at Columbus City Schools. You want to build relationships at MBAC. And I'll tell you, I have these relationships, and I'm on this doing this presentation right now. The relationships aren't always great and grand. I give them pushback. I sometimes give them a little bit of what I genuinely feel, and that is okay. That relationship is not over. I'm still going to reach out to them. I'm still going to contact them. There is going to be a brighter day. So one of the things for me is, in a business relationship with someone and I don't have to contemplate going to prison, then that means that we can continue our relationship. If getting locked up flashes in my mind, that just means it's over. Like, move on. And that doesn't, so your business relationships will look different than your personal relationships, because hopefully your personal relationships, you don't even go close to there, but your business relationships are so important. It's important to talk to other entrepreneurs as well, because you want to speak to people who know what it is that you're thinking, how it is that you think, and what it is that you're going through. So for this one, I probably will have a panel of people as well. Your network is your net worth, which is so important. And again, I communicate and talk to so many people who, are way above and beyond me as far as dollar amounts are concerned. So I'm excited to be in the room. Okay, so I had to go back to Facebook. I think we did it. I had to go back to Facebook to look at the quick, what I said I was going to do. I was like, what did I tell the people I was going to do? So I said I was going to give you guys some quick takes on how to secure some different funding. So my quick takes on grants are: take the workshop is $75, seed your money to grow your business. My quick take on sponsorships: do not lead with yourself. Unless people are knocking on your door to sponsor you and know exactly who you are, do not lead with yourself. So sponsorships that I've gained, I've led with partnerships with the Child Development Council of Franklin County. I've led with a partnership with Columbus Recreation and Parks. I've literally been like, can I come to y'all's event and give away books? And they said, yeah. And then I said, I've partnered with Columbus Recreation and Parks, and we would love for you to be a part. You can sign the books. I'll sign the books, but you can take the pictures, blah, blah, blah. So lead with other entities. When people are providing you funding, they want to know who else has skin in the game. They want to know, okay, I'm going to give it money to you, or am I giving money to you and there's another organization, foundation, situation involved? For contracts, definitely get your certifications. The state is not the only game. The state probably has the most arduous process, and a lot of people get stuck there. But you can get your MBE, your WBE, your EDGE, your VBE through the city, through the county. You can get private ones through private organizations. So just start getting those certifications so that you have the opportunity to get in front of getting some of those contracts. Now I said I would talk a little bit more about the contract that I got. So I got a contract with Columbus City Schools. Now, for a lot of people, that contract looks like a job. Now, for me, it is a little different because I make an hourly wage versus an hourly rate. So if you're in business, you know that hourly rate is going to be with that hourly rate you make it. I would much rather be making an hourly rate. However, I'm making an hourly wage. But by having that purchase order from Columbus City Schools, I was able to show that, and it helped me to secure that loan. So, and in regards to showing up, how, setting the expectation and showing up how you want to be seen, that's how I show up. I secured a contract with Columbus City Schools. Now, you might say, oh, she got that same job as Miss Mary down the block. That's perfectly fine. Maybe Miss Mary is not in business, but I am, and it's under my business umbrella because I am a publisher, I'm an educator, and when I do my taxes, that money is going to go under my umbrella as a contracted person. So I said, jobs aligned with your business. So that is a job that is aligned with my business. Like I said, there are a lot of things that I don't want to do or I won't do. So in terms of jobs, the things that I will do are things that are under the umbrella, aligned with my business and moving me further into that entity. I will do a job in the fashion industry. That is where I'm trying to go. So that might not make me that much money, but it's going to put me in a better position and understanding the industry itself. But you guys, and there's nothing wrong with working if you're in business, having a side hustle here or doing what have you. If I had to just work for money, I would work at a warehouse. I wouldn't use my intellectual capacity for someone else. I would work at a warehouse and make the same amount of money and hopefully get some exercise and lose some weight. So think in terms of that when you're thinking what it is that you want to do. Is this in alignment with your business and where it is that you're going? I did talk about business loans. Getting those certifications is a good thing, but it opened up so much for me because I never thought in terms of loans. But now you have to think, and this is a conversation that Sharon and I had, that what are grants for? Okay, so grants are an investment, investors are an investment spot. There's all these different investments, but at some point you want your business to grow. You want your business to have sales, and getting a loan can sometimes be more difficult. So you're having to put yourself in position to get that loan. You're having to put yourself in position to pay back that loan. And what does that look like? And how much money do you need to have come in and go out and different things like that? Some people are business-minded business people. A lot of this is a learning curve for me. So now I'm like, oh, wow, okay, so this is cool. I'm understanding more. And I said that the easiest way, okay, I thought this was going to be on this one. The easiest way to make money, again, is to be in the money industry. Okay, so it is. The easiest way to make money is to be in the money industry. I'm not saying it's the best way. I'm not saying it's the way you should go. But again, I make much more money. So that didn't make no sense. I make so much more money talking about money, showing people how to make money than I have ever made in anything that I've ever done. So even if you don't go into the money industry, so that would be like accounting, banking, investing, different things like that, be in the money industry adjacent. Make some friends in the money industry. Make some friends with some people who are investors. Make some friends with some people who are CFOs. Those are the people you want to be around, because again, it's that relationship building. It's that ebb and flow. It's that universe that you're creating. And again, if we haven't done anything else today, people, let's link. All right, I'm done. Thank you all so much.
I love it. Is Stephanie on fire or what? Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your expertise. Certainly everybody that's on the call, we appreciate you. We appreciate your input. And I think there was a couple of questions that I don't think you were able to address. And so someone was asking about self-publishing or looking for an agent. Can you just speak to that? I believe Trina?
Yes, I sure can, Trina. So there are different options in regards to publishing. And I think looking for an agent and being in position to get an agent is an amazing thing. Sometimes it will take you a little bit longer to find that agent. It may take you to, you might have to spend a little bit of money in order to get that agent. So in any industry, there's like the open club, and then there's some exclusive groups. So it's a little more exclusive. For me, when I first started publishing, I didn't have the money to invest. And then I wanted to start publishing. I wanted to get something out there. So yes, there are different options. I would love to get a nice contract from a huge publishing house. I'm looking for that in my future. So.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Any other questions that you may have while we have her captive for a few more minutes. All right. Well, great. Again, we thank you for participating in our workshop today, and hopefully that you will take advantage of the upcoming workshops that we have. Next month, we're going to be doing some industry-specific workshops dealing with construction, logistics, food service. So if you are in those lines, certainly you want to take advantage of those special seminars that we'll be offering. We'll also be offering seminars on human resources and also workers' comp. So whether it's something that you need to consider for your business, or if you have employees that you manage, these may be helpful to you as well. Or even as you're preparing for the future, maybe you're not there yet, but you need to know what to expect as you grow your staff or grow your business. So
And
again,
can I jump in there and say something? Because this is one of the things I talk about when I talk about like this is something we would go over in the workshop, is how you build those relationships, how you show up. I get opportunities because I get on newsletter lists, I receive emails, and I show up. I don't show up to everything that Impact has, but I show up enough and show my face and say how great and wonderful they are. I talk to them on the phone. I might give them a lot of pushback. We might have some back and forth, but when I come out on social media, I'm down with the organization. And that's how you get opportunity. That's how you build those relationships. Show up.
absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry.
I appreciate it. Well, I mean, definitely that is what we're here for. We are here to give you opportunity, not only for the information, but for networking. The food service workshop, I believe, is on the 2nd of March. And it will actually lead off with Dr. Iris Cooper, who was one of the founders of Glory Foods. We also have a couple of our food entrepreneurs that have been very successful, that are also going to be on that panel sharing information about their how they got started, how they have taken their business. We have one couple that opened their first restaurant in Polaris prior to COVID, and then once it closed, then they were offered the opportunity to open in Easton, and they were the first Black food business to open in Easton. And now they've been asked to open in New Albany. That got a new opportunity there. So we are excited to hear their story, and you'll find out more about their journey and the things that they used in order to get that business up and running into where it is today. So that's going to be on March the 2nd. So keep an eye out for our weekly blog, because we have all of our events there, as well as any resources. I believe there's some new opportunities that are coming up, even for grant funding. So
Yes, grants, that's how
definitely,
I find out when I put stuff in the group. I get it from these organizations
there
who
you
share
go.
information.
There you go. So, all right. Well, we're here to help each other grow. And again, we are also available to you. If you are looking to get certified with the state of Ohio, either as an MBE or a women business enterprise, or for EDGE, we're here to assist you, and also as providing business consultation. So again, thank you everybody for your time today. We will be sending out the recording. And thank you again, Stephanie.
Thank
I
you all
appreciate
so
you,
much.
sis.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, everybody, have a great weekend.